Hello everyone, my name is Tia and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming my sewing room tour, which has been highly requested on my Facebook page and won the poll that I created a couple of weeks ago. So if you'd like to watch my sewing room tour and see where I work, please carry on watching the video.
Right, you have to go now, I've got film, okay? Can you get outside in the garden? Come in. I'm sorry. Bye. So when you first get into my sewing room / my family's dining room, the door is just there, you will see the table, which obviously has my sewing machine on, which isn't plugged in at the moment, and my sewing machine is a Decor computer. It's a Janome one. It serves me well. Usually around my machine I usually just keep my pins, my unpicker, because I use them all the time. I also keep the threads that I use the most, which is black, beige and navy, because I have a lot of beige fabrics that I like to use, like the bee fabric that everyone loves. So my sewing machine is there. It's sat on its mat just so it doesn't scratch the table or anything if I move it, which is great. And obviously the pedal is underneath the table. On my chair I keep my little cushion, because, you know, comfort and all. And no, I did not make it, even though I do make cushions basically for a living. If we move over here, I have a bin liner, which is appealing. This is my bin. I do keep it on a chair just because it means I can reach it from all sides of the table when I'm cutting fabric or sewing, and I can reach it from all angles, so that's helpful. We then come up to this area, which is my dad's filing cabinet, as it doesn't fit anywhere else. I have my box of cardboard, which has cardboard boxes, cardboard strips, which I fold fabric around, or obviously post items in the posters when I have sales. I've got some envelopes in there. Behind that I have a bag which currently has cardboard boxes in, which I use for templates. Just come around the side to show you this box, as it's a little bit easier to see. So this box contains all my rolls of fabric. These ones I've just rolled on myself, as I use them frequently, and it's a lot easier to cut when it's on a roll. I have my white lining, my black lining, my slightly off-white beige lining. I also have my faux leather, which I use on the bottom of doorstops, and my red tartan up there if you can see it. I also have Bondaweb and interfacing as well, so I use those all the time. Then have this side of the table, which I just keep my work jacket on, my bag, and my notebooks. It's just the end of the camera. I have my pencil case, my daily list making book, my weekly planner, and my ideas book, which I just use for a bit of everything, ideas and other things. I then have my laptop, my phone charger, my laptop charger, my earphone beats, and my drink on a little pad, again so it doesn't scratch, and if I have a hot drink it doesn't scratch the table. As you can see, my bin's over there. On this end of the table I have my very large cutting mat, my lovely big green cutting mat. I have two rulers. I have this long one which is 24 by 6 inches, and then I have this square one which is 12.5 by 12.5 inches. If we then come over here, I have my tool boys, which are full of various things, and I have my big pin board which has my calendar on it with all my shows and fairs and such. That is my boyfriend's work stuff. Just some, I also have a couple of creative little quotes and things, and also the bank. I also have my New Year's resolution pin board, which just has things that I'm clearly never going to do. I then have my sewing box with obviously all my needles and some threads and bits and pieces and spare scissors and such. I have a couple of books down here. I have my pen pot holder, which also actually is more of a scissors holder. So I have my big scissors, my serrated scissors, sorry if you can hear that, my dad has just come home, my little paper scissors, my rotary cutter, and a couple of pens are in there also have my camera bag there, which obviously my camera isn't in as I'm using it. Next I have my books, which I use for my photos for my book covers. So that's the small one and the large hardback, and then also another diary which I used for a custom order. In these is just a stationery drawer. I have envelopes, spare pens, labels and stuff, which is mostly used by my boyfriend, not me. I then have bits and pieces in this one. So I have Velcro for dog bows. I have some elastic down there. I have a spare book cover, which is just an old prototype one. I also have my camera charger, another camera battery, and a spare phone charger, as you can never have enough. In this one, I've got owl stuff. So I have pre-cut owls. I didn't really like this one, so I haven't made it yet. I have all the eye masks. I have all the bodies and the wings and all that jazz. I also have the templates as well in there. In this one, I have doorstop and draft excluder pieces. Mostly tartan. There is a couple of spare pieces here which probably should be in a different drawer. Mostly tartan, which is all interfaced and ready to go. I have a load of handles there as well. And in this last drawer, I have a lot of stuff. So this is all the rice bags that go in the doorstops and draft excluders. Some of my faux leather bottom pieces for my doorstops. A couple of doorstops that are sewn and aren't finished. And just lots and lots of pieces that are cut and not interfaced. Also keep my interfacing in here to interface them. In this second one, I have my just a couple of photo bits and pieces, but I have mainly my laminator in here, which I use for signs when I do craft shows. In the second one, I have all my tapes, my packaging tapes and post-it notes, a Stanley knife for cutting my cardboard. Also keep my labels in here. A sticky roller which comes in super handy because I get thread and fluff everywhere. I also have some ribbon which I use for gift wrapping if an order comes in for gift wrapped. I have another pencil case and just bits of pieces of paper. In this one I have my labels and things I put on stock which I send to shops. I have my little thank you notes printed out, which I put in each of my orders, some spare paper, some spare folder things. Also have all my templates in here. So templates for my cloud cushions and templates for my dog bandanas and other things in that folder. The next drawer has dog bow stuff. So these are all cut but not interfaced. There is a couple of ones that are sewn and ready to have the centerpieces sewn. I have some random pieces of interfacing, a load of centerpieces and such. In this one we have a lot of the rest of the interfacing, and mostly these are the Christmas dog bows, which are interfaced and ready to be sewn, but obviously I'm not going to sew them yet because it's not Christmas. So that is the tall boys. So next is this mix match cupboard that I was given as storage. I was meant to paint it and sell it, but I kept it for storage as it's come in really handy. On the top I just have a couple of tote bags which I have not quite finished yet because I forgot to cut the handles for one of them, so that's not finished yet. Also have my scrunchies, which I've been testing recently in the best way to make them, so there's a lot of different types there. I then have a stack of notebooks and such there, as I am a notebook hoarder. I also have my dog's toy that needs to be sewn back up as well. And in this cupboard, I have a variety of things. It looks like a mess, but it is an organised mess, believe me. So in this cupboard I have fleece for the book covers / tablet covers. I have dog bandanas that aren't quite finished because the labels have not arrived for them yet. All underneath that is the book cover outer pieces and lining pieces already sewn. In the bottom section I have more fleece, and underneath that is folded fabric that I've used regularly or used recently, and some of the tartan and animal prints. I also have unfinished bows, which I do need to finish this week. I have the centerpieces for those, bits and pieces in there as well. Just some random pieces and fabric under there that need to be used that I haven't got around to yet. Then we have this big section, which is slightly covered. So on the top of this I have a box of large pieces of plastic and dust sheets for craft fairs just to keep things dry. I also have my unfinished tea towels on the top of that, which also need to finish. These cardboard boxes are full of scraps, so this box is full of normal fabric scraps that are usable and I will eventually use. I promise myself I will use it. And in the top one it is interfacing and bonder web, or interfacing or bonder web that's already ironed to fabric that I can use straight away. We also have this stack of boxes, which also has more packaging and bubble wrap and all that. In this box we have stretchy crushed velvet, which I don't use often, but I'm thinking about using them with my scrunchies, which I think will be a really good idea. So that's all together in that box. In the last box we have a lot of random fabric, which I bought in a big bundle load of random stuff from a fabric retail place. So you've got like some stretchy tartan, velvet stuff, some more tartan, lots of curtain lining, which will come in useful eventually as well. So lastly we come on to this big shelving unit, which I bought from IKEA. I'll start from the top. The top I just have one of my spare bags I use for craft fairs as well. We have folders, that is like my accountancy folders and receipts and all that crap. Some post that needs to be put away because I have no place for it. Some more packaging, so we have a lot of tissue paper on the top and my new boxes to send doorstops in, of which I have one here, which is for one of my mum's friends. Just waiting for her to pick it up. On this side I have all my threads and bobbins and all my colours and everything all in one place, so it's easy to access. On the next shelf I have my mini ironing board, as the large one just gets in the way, it's too big. This one I can easily just pop it onto the table and iron away. This next shelf is full of doorstops and draft excluders that have the rice bags in but haven't been stuffed yet, as I have no room left upstairs for more doorstops, so they are just kept there for a moment. And on this last shelf I have a box of sewn draft excluders which haven't been turned right side out and made into these yet, because again I have not enough room upstairs. This is what I call my important box, which I take to all my craft fairs. It has all my signs in them, it has paper clips, it has pins, string, extra labels, anything you can ever think of that you need at a craft fair event will be in this box. And lastly I have this little cushion on the end, which I'm using for stuffing at the moment, as I have a lot of cushions upstairs that aren't very good, aren't great quality, so I'm going to start using them for stuffing to save me some money on some stuffing as well. And lastly I have a little sweeper mop because I get threads everywhere, all over the floor. So that is it, that is my sewing room tour. I hope that you... So that was it, that was my sewing room tour. I really hope you enjoyed it, I really enjoyed filming it. Leave any more suggestions of what you'd like to see next or down below in the comments. See you guys next time. Bye!